twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Caught in Two Minds podcast.
Meanwhile, Shelly weaves his way through.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Europa League day. Hey, welcome to the podcast, Caught in Two Minds. Me, Marshall, and that man sitting in his house. You don't get to see the views of the Oakland Hills anymore, but he's in his house. And that's Spitty Mac.
It's a bit nipply out there.
It's a little chilly. A little chilly in the bay,
bit.
Huh? Okay.
A little bit. But you can't stop me from getting my walk in, and hey, let's keep it going. Let's
got
just
it dialed in.
Rolling, y'all.
I love it. Fitness 2021. It's the year to take care of yourself, get dialed in,
Yeah.
Hey.
It took me like 11 months to hear all the people talking about, well, hey, we're locked in. We might as well work out.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah, but you know what? Let me go ahead. I'm gonna learn how to make pizza dough first.
I'm gonna learn how to be a baker.
Yeah.
In the meantime, and test all my food. I love
Gotta test it.
Well, that's cool. I took 3 shits today, so
Hey,
I'm doing all right.
Hey, wild and free.
My ass is telling me, "Hey, man, you're eating too many peanuts. You might want to relax on those, or chew a little more. Chew a little more.
Yeah."
Grind them down,
check your shorts. Check them.
Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, Arsenal, Europa League in Greece against thorn on our side, Olympiacos. What were your thoughts what was your first thought when you saw that lineup, Fitz? I always ask you, what was it?
I'm pissed at the whole Willian thing.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man. I don't care if he's giving you, and yes, he got another assist today. Hey, whatever. But it's just, remember what I said about the last game? I said, hey, if Pepe's starting on Thursday, then that all makes sense.
Right.
But then he didn't start Sunday and he didn't start Thursday. He didn't start none of it, and it's like Pepe's not going to start. You're going to start Willian. I don't get it. I was shocked Pepe didn't start over Willian just because Pepe plays good in Europe.
He plays good in Europa League matches, and I thought this would be a nice little game for him to get out there and play because you're going to want to play Willian against Tottenham on Sunday. So
really, that's what we're gonna do.
I mean, he keeps playing him, so yeah, I think he'll throw him out there against Tottenham. Very strange. I was expecting, based on our conversation last podcast, I was expecting Pepe to play. And I thought maybe Ceballos would start over Xhaka. Those are my first thoughts.
I think even on the last one, we even mentioned that we thought, well, ESR is probably playing on Thursday. That's why he was on the bench last game. And then ESR didn't play either. And it was looking like a huge mistake early. Odegaard had a rough start.
I was just getting ready to say that he, I mean, he was missing. He was
getting on ball a lot and stuff like that. But man,
timing was off. He was missing passes. It was
giving the ball away.
It looked like they hadn't played with each other for a long time. Like the whole team kind of was off, but he really stood out. And that damn, what do they call that? A thunder bastard. When you strike a ball that good on the laces, it shows a lot about his mentality because he was having a bad game, and then for him to come out and just say, "Screw it, man, I'm going to take this shot," and just a great shot. I mean, he had time, he had space, and he pulled the trigger. And sometimes that's all it takes,
Yeah. It's funny too. Right before he kind of let that one go, I started I started getting my speech together. How well, Eric, you've pointed out before how we shouldn't be banking so much into these loan guys, and do the loan guys care as much as anybody else on the pitch? Like, but
Right.
and
I still feel that way.
Seconds later, he put his laces into it, and it was like, wow.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was great. It was great. The more I watch him play, he reminds me more and more of Cess, just because he's not really a good athlete. Like, I saw him running out there a couple of times and trying to sprint and get back, but his football brain and his speed of thought and his passes,
It's funny. It's funny you say Cess, and I see a lot of Ozil in him, except he's more aggressive trying to get a shot off and things like that.
A little more aggressive than Ozil.
A little bit more aggressive trying to put balls on the net and stuff like that. But he twinkle toes a lot. He likes to play with it, and it's at his toes, and he's waiting for somebody to cut or run or do something. And
yeah, that first half, I mean, we missed a lot of chances.
Yeah.
I mean, Aubameyang, just a great pass from Bellerin. Nice save by the keeper, but those are some of those ones where you kind of want them to just give it all you got, Abba.
Yeah.
But that's And how about that no card on Balbuena on that soccer challenge? Stepped right on his ankle, man.
And they flipped the switch at one point and just started beating us up.
Oh yeah.
They were always going to play us physical or whatever, but it got like out of hand for a while there. It was like you're just going to just run up everybody's back, everybody.
Yeah, they tried to play the tough Greek physical game, and it all started with Saka. I'm noticing more and more. A lot of teams are just basically trying to kick lumps into the kid, and he's really got to, it's part of the dark arts, but he's got to learn how to sell a foul, sell a call, sell a card. People make fun of the rolling around and the foolishness and the antics some players use, like Laka last week, but he got that guy a yellow card. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's, that's all part of the game. And I just think, because you can really see it now, the last few weeks, teams are really trying to go at Saka. And he's just a little, he's a kid. He doesn't understand that that's all part of the game. And, but, he is a generational player. So I'm sure he's going to learn that and just continue to thrive. But, I'm worried.
I got to say it again. And I guess a lot of people maybe don't agree with me, but he's got to go out left, man. The level of attack between him and Tierney when they're working the left side is just better. It's just better. And I understand Saka's ability to be able to stop on a defender, cut inside when he's playing on that right side.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a slower approach on the attack. He kind of has to hold the ball up. Defenders get a chance to catch up. He's going to run in behind him. He's really creative there. He can do a lot of stuff there.
Right.
But what he and Tierney do, like Tierney kind of forces Saka to actually play more direct. He doesn't have to do that hold up game thing. Saka attacks the people down that side.
I got you. I think
our level of energy when he's on the left with Tierney is just something that we need to exploit.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I just think I would love to see some stats on does he produce more from the left or the right? Because I think it's pretty even. I think you notice it more on the left because he has somebody that's going to play with him. That's Tierney, and they do have a good chemistry rapport with each other. But I would say it's pretty even. It's because he crosses the ball with his right foot. He doesn't have to cut in all the time on his left.
I mean, I'll add the Arteta factor into it. When he went on the right, Arteta also cut him loose.
Yes.
and let him really go.
That's when you really started to notice it. I did. Like,
yeah,
oh, wow,
but I don't know if that's
aggressive.
because he's on the right or because Arteta gave him the green light, is what I'm saying. So
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? The left that we had with Saka, he still hadn't really had the green light to like really attack, except for the fact that Tierney was setting him up so nice, and he was setting Tierney up so nice. Like,
I got you.
New Saka, new attitude on the left side. It could be dominating.
Yeah, but we're gonna, the other side of the pitch is gonna be awful.
I understand. I think I weighed it all up. I just don't know, how much we really get from that right side anyway.
I would love to see some stats on that. Where where his best position is. I say it's pretty even. I think he's producing from both sides, but that's a good shout because he's a left-footed player, and you don't want that hesitation. You don't want the stop, the cut back. Just be direct and go. Kind of like Tierney. Tierney's
I guess
always.
You know what? I tell you what's giving me a bitter taste about it is if the only person I would let go out left instead and have Saka on the right would be like Aubameyang.
Yeah.
If Aubameyang, we're going to put him on the pitch, let's have him out left. Okay, yes. Saka plays the right. Let's just work with that. But the games like today, when you start Aubameyang down the middle, and now I got Willian, Willian is wasting Tierney. He's wasting him. Right. Tierney still got some crosses off and things like that, but not in his most effective positions.
Tierney doesn't know how to
play with Willian.
Willian doesn't know how to play with Tierney. He doesn't know what to do. Willian wants the ball at his feet so he can kind of, stand there and cut back on the right and try to whip across in there from the left side of the pitch. But our strongest attacking lineup is Aubameyang on the left, Lacazette down the middle, and Saka on the right.
Yes.
We rarely get to see that, but the few times that we did this year, that was to me our best attackers. Now, before Odegaard, if you threw ESR, in that middle spot for just Arsenal players, then that's that's it. That's our attacking four or whatever. But I think when you put ESR out there, you lose a little from him, even though he can play that position. And I think if you put Pepe out on the left, he should be, it should be his spot all day, but he's such a weird guy. But I think Aubameyang on the left, Laka and Saka is how we should be playing more consistently. But Arteta rarely plays that for some reason. He's still, putting Aubameyang down the middle and playing Willian out left. So it's weird. Yeah. But I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying on that.
And I think a lot of people's reaction to stats give them the impression that that's the whole story. When
it's not
the whole story, man. It's like how you work, like you said. And you know what? I'll even give credit when Abba and Laka are on the pitch together. They actually have a decent chemistry between each other. Abba tries to push down the left. He'll find Laka at the top of the box, often and things like that. But
Abba doesn't have to do so much because Laka's out there.
Yeah,
he can kind of play his little float in and out.
Yeah,
he basically floats in and out of games. Aubameyang, and you don't notice it as much when Lacazette's out there because Lacazette is full bore. Let's go. Let's do this. Smashing into people and doing everything. So, but it's weird. We never get to see them play together anymore, and that's the only reasoning to justify putting Saka on the right is if you're going to play Aubameyang on the left.
That's how I feel. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Right. We've come full circle, Fitty.
Yes.
So what else? What else happened? Right before halftime, Luis doing his thing. Typical. We just got the lead. It's 10 minutes before halftime. And, let's see if we could just screw this up. Self-destruct. It's just, these are the things as Arsenal fans we've been dealing with for a long time. I know,
just fumbling and stuff, man. I mean, it's so weird how we just do not value the ball sometimes.
I mean, just in the scenario I painted, where we just got the lead. This is a Europa League match. We have an away goal. We're winning. We're controlling the game. It's like 5 or 10 minutes before halftime, and you're gonna do that based off what just happened on Saturday with Xhaka?
Yeah.
It's like, come on. Now, it's funny I'm saying this now, but, we go into halftime 1-0 and we come out and, everything's looking pretty good. We take Partey out at the 55th minute, bring in Ceballos, and 3 minutes later, what happens? Tell the people what happened.
Ceballos, man.
3 minutes after he comes on the pitch. Go ahead.
How long was he on the pitch?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
And that was the second ball he gave away.
Yes.
He gave away a ball immediately when he came on the pitch. I was like, what's going on, Ceballos? But I'm just, like we said, the stats don't always tell the story, and I'm not going to defend Ceballos at all on that play. He gave it away.
Right. Your boy passed it to him.
Yeah, and hey, me and Pat, my boy Little Dude, man, we were going back and forth on the text. He was like, I missed what happened. I was in the shower. What happened?
Right.
And I was like, well, Ceballos gave the ball away 4 minutes after getting onto the pitch and stuff. And then he's like, oh, I just saw the replay. What's up with Leno?
Right.
I was like, you're right. You're right there too. Yeah.
I mean, now, that's not Leno's fault, but based on everything that just recent history, just
that little middle pass is the dangerous one.
Just kick it downfield sometimes, dude. That's all.
Yeah.
The guy just came on, and maybe his touch was off. But anyway, we gifted another goal in a Europa League match where, this is what it's all about. The away goal and goal different aggregate,
Yeah.
It's
if anybody doesn't believe in momentum and all that, just watch what happened.
You saw
all of a sudden Olympiacos was like setting up plays and hitting little back crosses to people and swinging it around to the open guy. It was like all of a sudden they could play soccer against us.
Their tails are up. Their tails are up.
They were so excited.
Yeah. So it's just silly mistakes like that. Just really, it's just, I don't know. It's a bummer because you think after a certain point, you would think a team would get it, but I guess we got some.
You know how you start a comeback though?
What's that?
Pure dominance,
power.
Gabriel just came out of nowhere and just took the ball.
Attacked it, cracked that fool all in the back of his neck with his elbow, and just hammered it home. You see Aubameyang?
I want to hear you say it. Say it for me, please.
See him get out of the way. You know what I mean? Like, no, you take it. I don't want it.
I thought, man, that is so what a picture right there. As you see it, Aubameyang, he backs up hoping the ball falls to him so he could do something special. Right.
Or the defender heads it.
Gabriel jumped up there and said, fuck that, man. I'm not playing that.
Beautiful, beautiful header. And the aim, you know what I mean? The far post. It was just
put a little loop on it. Just put a little loop on it.
It was real quality. And we needed that after the whole Ceballos Leno debacle. We needed that. We got 2 away goals. So I'm feeling real good at that point. I'm like, okay, cool. If we could just, keep it tight and just cruise out of here 2-1, beautiful.
Yeah.
But Egypt, another Europa League cracker by the Egyptian.
Hey, man.
El Nini.
The Egyptian Pirlo.
You know what I mean? Hammers it home, had plenty of space. He just kept his dribble and said, screw it, man. I'm going to take a shot. Something I wish Xhaka would do more often. But yeah, just come on.
There's a lot of reason why somebody would say Xhaka out of all of our defensive mids and stuff probably has the sweetest shot. He's got the sweetest foot.
Mm-hmm.
and he hits him pretty. El Nini just strikes him. He just strikes him. And when he was letting that go, when he was coming up on it, I felt like he's got a chance.
I said shoot it.
This is El Nini. He keeps him low. He could put some bend on it a little bit. I was like, let's see what, and boom. I was like, yeah.
For the most part, he's all, he puts it on target, and he can strike him too. So that was perfect. That was like the icing on a shitty cake. You know what I mean? Even though we won 3-1, it was just first. Right.
Man, all right. 3 on the road. 3 on the road.
So the round of 16 looks good for us. We got 3 away goals. Headed back to the Emirates. We should,
Hey, one more quickie about the team.
I'm not even going to say it. Go ahead.
ESR, to me, like he showed everybody today, I think he's our most skilled player overall, dude. I would go ahead. I'll let you finish your point. I got something to add on to that. Just his ability to receive balls, set defenders up to get around them, or slide the pass through that he needs to slide through. He's a handful for defenders, dude. I can tell, like, they got problems trying to keep up with him.
Yeah, no, his first touch and the ease in which he plays, like he's just getting back. He hasn't been playing lately, but some of those touches, and his little passing out there and his movement, I was like, wow, this he's skilled. I knew he was skilled,
yeah.
But you see him out there, and you're just like, wow, just look at the way he plays and his little touches and his little movement and his passes. No, I noticed that too. There was a couple little things he did, and you're just like, oh wow, this fool hasn't played.
I trip on how he receives the ball and he knows to toe tap it by somebody,
right,
or rotate and turn on somebody, and he does it different than everybody else. Like when he rotates on somebody, he also taps it out and he's into space all of a sudden.
Right.
He's a dangerous player. I'd like to see him on the pitch more. We got this Odegaard thing going on. Once again, I'll tell you, don't let the stats fool you. I think they should be splitting time at least 50-50 something, because they both give you something different. But right now, Odegaard's getting a lot of the starts, and it's like,
right. And I don't like that. Yeah. I don't like that at all. And my philosophy. What I mean? Right. I'll say it again. Odegaard, he's a good player, but I mean, is he way better than ESR?
No.
Is there an option to buy? I didn't hear anything about an option to buy. So, we're basically developing a Real Madrid player until, if they're going to sell him to us. But I just think basically what you just said, they both should be split in time. Like ESR should be playing more than him, and when he needs a break, then you play Odegaard. Is how that rotation should go, in my opinion. People read the stats. Oh, he's a prodigy. He's a great footballer. But meanwhile, he's not playing for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And they signed him when he was 16. He's a grown man now. So
yeah.
All that is fluff and hype.
And before anybody calls me a hater, remember, we touted Odegaard earlier this podcast. Remember that, okay? I understand he's talented and he's got all kind of stuff, but ESR is our boy. He's our man. So let's go ahead and make sure that we're supporting him.
And he's just as good.
And he's as good. He's just as good.
Based on everything we've seen this year, how can we not argue that?
Yeah.
Look at me.
I mean, you see he's a better athlete.
Right. Your boy's a truck. Already. He's a truck. And that's probably why Zuzu and Real Madrid really are like, you know what I mean? Anyway, if we sign him, great. I'll be happy. But I don't think we will. And I think he's cutting in on our players' time who needs to develop a young player. Yeah. He's on the verge. I'm not saying he's going to be just as good as Saka, but he is on the verge of progressing in an extremely fast rate, just like Saka did. If he's able to consistently get those games, and he was, and now he's not. So that upsets me as an Arsenal fan, but whatever. I'm a jerk.
I mean, hey, he could benefit from the 1-1 draws to Burnley too. All that is good experience for him. He needs to be out there for those too. So let's get him on the pitch a little bit more, people. A little bit more.
I like what you said, though. 50-50 split between those guys, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but what are your gripes? I've already said my gripe. Another cheap goal in Europa League where it's all about aggregate and goal differential and away goals and all that important classy shit that, you know, top teams, you know, know about and respect and really try to dial it in, keep it tight, no mistakes, get in, get out. You know, bad enough we could have scored 5 goals, but then to give away a goal, just give them a goal, basically. We've done that the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, we've done that. Just giving teams goals. And that shit's got to stop. That I think a lot of that comes down to, you know, the manager, you know.
Hey, it's a style of play that the manager has set in, and we're going to play out of the back. And, you know, if when he said that to me and I said, man, well, you know, we're going to be giving some goals away sometimes. And he said, that's okay. This is still our most effective. Then I guess that's the case. But you know what? I think we could do better. Like if your players aren't quite good enough to play out of the back all the time, 100% of the time, then maybe you should be implementing some, hey, man, they're putting a little more pressure. Let's just go ahead and clear the ball for now.
Right. Or set the standard that everything has to be perfect for us to play it out the back. And if it's not, lump it down the field. What, 2 or 3 times a game? Like that's a big deal?
I know.
You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah. Come on.
Just lump it down the field.
Yeah.
Say you got 4 times, you could just lump it down the field.
I mean, you see what Pep did. Pep has his dream finally. Pep's got 7 midfielders out there.
Just running around.
All he tells them is like, hey, when you see an open space, go run into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so yeah, that's my only gripe is we're still giving away cheap, ridiculous goals in this competition. And if we keep doing that, next round we're going to play a harder team and it's going to cost us. So we really got to get that dialed in. Man of the match, for me, I don't know. Oh, you got a gripe?
You know what? It was real. My biggest gripe was just the whole like playing out of the back thing. Just forcing that style of play when maybe today's not the day, or you know, or at least this play is not the play. Let's go ahead and just clear it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, especially and like you know, just scored a goal 10 minutes before halftime.
Yeah,
we always have a self-destruct right before halftime the last few weeks. So let's really have, I mean, that should be in the back of everybody's mind. Like, no. Anyway, Olympiacos didn't know what to do with the ball. They, you know, even when they were losing, they were like, oh shit, we got the ball. What do we do with it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, just kick it to them. They're not going to do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, the man of the match, I don't know. Gabriel,
I think
Odegaard.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
I thought defensively he was solid too today.
Yeah, it was good to see him back out there.
Yeah.
And he scored the goal. So yeah, I would give it to him. I would give it to him too.
Yeah.
You got
it definitely just sparked the team a little bit. Everybody kind of got going. You know, really.
And then Egypt. Egyptian. Stop. All right. So who you got in the Players Championship?
You know what? I haven't even been looking right now, but I haven't even checked it out yet. But I'd say, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you a young name. Here's your dark horse.
Oh, let's hear it.
You've been watching, so you tell me. Victor Hovland, what's he doing?
Man, he's always up there. He's -2. He's not doing bad at all. Sergio -7 today.
Sergio was good on a Thursday, Friday, y'all. Friday, he's pretty good.
That boy, he can't putt. So he must have just been hot today. But yeah, I went with DJ just because, you know, bigger.
Yeah.
He's big.
Well, I mean, personally, now that I'm a Ping owner, I try to pick out my favorite Ping players.
I got you.
And Victor Hovland is like our young star in the Ping family right now.
I got you. That doesn't make any sense, but I got you. That's cool.
And Tony Finau, you know.
Tony Rocky Horror, Samoan Joe, I call him.
Bubba.
But so yeah, I had both TVs on. Was watching.
Yeah, I saw your post. Yeah.
It was nice. Rooting against Bryson. Can't stand him. I don't know why. I think it's the hat. I really do.
You know,
I think it's the hat. But
anyway, I got a group of buddies that just won't shut up about him. So you know.
Oh yeah.
But I get hanged up on because I'm the guy that kind of doesn't really like him. So
he went to SMU. So I've heard about him for a while now. Yeah, I don't know. He just bugs me. But anyway, that's going to do it.
I just told him, man, it's too much thinking. All that thinking he does and all the calculations. And then I heard this offseason that the doctor told him, like, hey, man, like, you're getting these headaches because you're amped up. Well, he's from the California Valley, man. You know how they get amped up in the Valley, right?
Yeah, Sam Crow. Modesto, right?
Redwood Originals. You know it.
Modesto, right?
I think he's like little smaller country club town outside of Modesto, but
well, that's good to know. Anyway, I'll be rooting against Bryson for some strange reason. Like I said, it's probably the hat. But other than that, I got nothing else. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Thanks for we got a few more subscribers on the YouTube channel. I appreciate that, whoever you are. We're on Twitter at CITM Podcast. You can go there, get all the links to all the different ways you can listen to the show. Thanks for all the support. And Fitty.
Peace.
Twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Thank you for tuning in to Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and review. All feedback is much appreciated. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITM Podcasts, at Guna Rush, and at eMarshall Comedy. The music of this podcast is brought to you by Statics. If you like what you hear, please head on over to staticsmusic.com and be sure to follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.